Dude, it is hard being black right now. It really is. Black people are taking L's, bro. Right? We put our young black person up against the old white guy, lost the election. We were like, all right, let's switch it up. We'll take our old black person, put it up the young white guy, and lost the fight. Dude, Mike Tyson lost, Kamala lost. If Denzel Washington dies in Gladiator 2, I'm storming the Capitol. I am showing up with my horns. I'm taking this country back. That fight was exactly what it was supposed to be, dude. You know, right here in Texas, in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. That's how fucking shitty the Cowboys are. You had to put Mike Tyson and Jake Paul in that stadium to get it to fill up for once. That's how bad your team is. I had to watch an embarrassing fight. You know, that fight was so bad. Mike Tyson looked so bad in that fight, dude. I started feeling so sad for him. You know, and Greg Abbott was there. I was like halfway through, I was like, put Greg in the ring with Mike. Like, it's like, make this a fair fight, dude. Have Mike fight the dude in a wheelchair. Like, that's the thing about Texas. Greg Abbott doesn't like abortion, but he supports elder abuse. We all watched elder abuse last night, dog. Yeah, no, Texas, weird place, no abortion, you know. But you also had Planned Parenthood. I think y'all just call it public school. That's a good joke. Y'all know that's a good joke. It's dark, but it's a good one. Yeah, like, we won't kill it beforehand, but we'll get around to it. You just now understand what I'm talking about? School shootings? Okay. All right, I can slow these jokes down. This guy still hasn't woken up, and, you know, I feel like maybe I should write these down and email them to y'all so you can put into Rap Genius later on so you can have it explain it to you. This side, they did their homework before they came. It's just like right as it goes over here. It's like they sat by IQ. They're not gonna like me by the end of the show, as much shit as I'm talking. Oh man, what a night! That fight was crazy, dude. I don't know what people expected, you know? Like, really? It's Mike Tyson, it's Jake Paul. You know, everybody was expecting a good fight. You know, it's like expecting a 5-star meal out of an air fryer. You know, you're gonna get what you get. You know, like, and people are upset that Mike didn't do a good job. It's like, yeah. You know, what'd you expect, bro? Like, on paper, forget Mike Tyson's legendary career. On paper, like, if you told me, like, hey, who do you take in a fight? A 27-year-old that can do a backflip with nothing to lose, or a 58-year-old retired dude with a lisp. I'm not gonna be like, well, how bad is the lisp? So, like, you know, like, is it everywhere? Like, how, does he spit when he talks? He spits a lot when he talks. I think he's got a chance, you know, like, no, dude. That's the thing about America. I think that fight encapsulates America, where we are mentally as a country, you know? I think we're so enticed now by spectacle that we forget that we know the truth, right? Like, that's all Jake Paul is. Jake Paul is an incredible salesman, you know? If you have enough charisma in this country, you can tell people that you know the true color of the sky and get them for the right price to try to believe you when they could just look up themselves and know that it's blue, you know? And that's all Jake Paul is. He is a salesman, dude. He's not, more than anything, more than a boxer, he's a salesman. He sells you hope, right? He sells you hope. You hope that this motherfucker gets knocked out. Every time. Because he's such a piece of shit. His face, stupid face, all those dumb tattoos. He looks like a middle schooler's desk. You know? So he's like, oh, you know. You hope that he gets knocked out. And then you get disappointed by the fight. But look at the fights that he has. You know, he'd be fighting basketball players and SeaWorld instructors. You know? Even the people that he does fight for real that were fighters, they're all retired, you know? They don't fight anymore. They're just like chilling in some log cabin in the woods, you know? Like an old gunslinger. And some dude comes knocking on their door like, I have one last job for you. And they're like, I don't do that anymore. I left that life behind. And they slide that picture of Jake Paul across the desk. And that dumb face like, and they're like, oh, I gotta knock this motherfucker out. It's just dumb, dude. I don't know. Everybody's upset about that fight. It's like, Mike Tyson fought like shit. Mike Tyson is 58. He fought like he's 58. That's what a 58-year-old looks like in a fight. You know, 2 rounds and there's like, you know? Like there was at one point, there was like round 3. Like, cause it started off all right, you know? Like the fight, you know, Mike came out, first 2 rounds, pop, pop, you know, pop. You know, Jake's like, okay, all right, we doing it. And then round 3, Jake hit him like, boom, boom. And they showed the replay. And on the boom, boom, Mike went. And it's like, he remembered like, nigga, I'm 58 years old. Like, what am I doing here? Like, every 58-year-old fight looks exactly the same with a young person. You go on YouTube, you type in McDonald's fight, right? It's some 58-year-old dad, you know, John with someone that works there, and then the guy who jumps over the counter, and the dad tries. He's got like a good 13 seconds in him, right? And then he's like, all right, now, and then he slips on some fucking high C, you know, fries go spilling everywhere. He makes some dumb sound like, you know. Right? It's just like, yeah, that's what a 58-year-old looks like in a fight. Nobody could do. He looked exactly what he should have looked like. Dude, some of us here in our 30s and 40s, if you got challenged to a pickup game of basketball right now, you would spontaneously combust. Like, some of you won't even do a foot race with your kids up the street. Dude, I'm 34. If I take back-to-back Zoom meetings, I'm like, I gotta lay down for 30 minutes. This is too much. I had good posture. I had to dress from the waist up. I can't do this anymore. I'm washed. That shit. That's exactly what that fight should have looked like, dude. It's exactly what we expected. You know, they should have stopped it early. And Netflix knew that we shouldn't be watching this. You know, the whole night, the stream kept pausing and buffering. Netflix was like, you don't want to do this, dog. Like, please, just trust me on this. Like, just watch Love is Blind or Love Island or something. Just don't put yourself through this. Don't spend 8 hours watching this man try to fight this child. Like, I knew it was bad, like, during the pre-fight interview. Mike was in the back talking to his son. Right? Mike was talking to his son, and he was like, how do you feel? He's like, I feel ferocious. He's like, what's the fight gonna be like? He said, victory. And he said, I love you, Dad. He said, I love you too, son. And then he walked off, and it was nothing but just bare ass cheeks. It was all ass cheeks. I was like, nigga, he's got CTE. This man is just walking through like a YMCA right now. We all just saw Mike Tyson's bare ass. And we were like, yeah, that's a man that's gonna win. Like, you on national television. You forgot you on Netflix right now with your ass out? You on Netflix, bro. Your booty cheeks is out. I'm just so glad he didn't walk out with no pants. We were gonna see his Tubi, you know? That's legacy, bro. Mike doesn't care about his legacy. He said that, you know? I watched him in an interview. The interviewer said, how do you feel that this fight is gonna affect your legacy? And he said, I don't care about legacy. Legacy is nothing to me. That's nothing but ego. Legacy doesn't matter. You know, that's something that people made up and they attach themselves to, and they talk about legacy every 5 seconds. But at the end of the day, legacy is nothing because you dead. I'm gonna be dead. I'm gonna be dust. My legacy doesn't matter. I'm gonna be dust. So this shit don't matter. So fuck a legacy. And I was like, whoa, that's cold. And the coldest part about that answer to the interviewer was 13 years old. You imagine telling the 13-year-old that? Hey, when you die, you ain't gonna be nothing, bitch. I don't care how old you are, your legacy is nothing, bitch. You're gonna be dust. Have fun on TikTok. It's crazy. It's very real. Men care about legacy. You know, because you remembered by how things end, really, a lot of times. You know, a lot of people, you know, I watch WWE, and Vince McMahon says something about WWE shows is that nobody ever remembers how it begins. They always remember how it ended. And that's real, you know? That's the same thing with Mike Tyson. You know, we gonna know how this shit ended, you know? And that goes for anything, whether it's boxing or just your personal life. Like if you were having sex with a girl, right? And it started off nice, and y'all are making out, and then you go down on her, and you give her an incredible orgasm, right? She's seeing stars and rainbows and everything else in the Lucky Charms bowl. And then it's your turn, and you start having actual penetrative intercourse, and then right before you come, you shit yourself. I guarantee you, she is not gonna tell her friends about all those stars and rainbows she saw. She's gonna be like, you ain't gonna believe what happened last night. I was having sex with this dude and he shit all over himself. I couldn't believe. Started on, how was it at the beginning? I don't know what happened at the beginning. But I know he shit himself. That man's legacy is terrible. I've had